Racing has been a passion for Roland Bernard since he was a kid. A simple trip down south helped motivate the two-time NLSA champion into getting into the driver's seat.
We went to go see Steve Kinzer in Fargo, and we loved the sprint cars from day one. And my dad got me a go-kart to start out when I was 9 years old, and we've been hooked ever since.
Kind of started out, somebody gave us a go-kart. It was something that somebody had started up and just ran it across the parking lot. It kind of got out of control, and he broke it, so it was all busted. It was an old piece of junk, and we pieced it together. So it was a free go-kart, and we decided to try it. And the way it was bent, it kind of fit the track nicely, and we thought we'd give it a try with just a plain old Princess Auto Briggs & Stratton motor.
I was actually a little hesitant at first to get into the car, or into the go-kart, and as soon as I got behind the wheel, you just couldn't tear my hands off. So it was definitely one of those things. Once you try it, you'll never quit.
Roland got into it, and after about the second race, he was hooked, and he was just doing so well. I thought, wow, we can't stop this. He is really good at it.
9 years of kart racing and numerous championships left the young racer wondering what to do next. The choice was simple: move up to a bigger car. But financially, it didn't make sense for the Bernard family. Gerald, Roland's father, didn't want his son to give up his racing dream. That's when a simple trip to Red River Coop Speedway with a relative changed all of that, and a new team was born.
I was going to the track with Gerald, and he says, I'd like to get the boy in the car, but he didn't know what class, and then we finally, the NSLA started up, and we decided to go that route. And I said, well, I'll help out. I don't know anything about racing, but we'll definitely can help.
Armed with a new car and a rookie race team, Bernard set out to take the Speedway by storm. And that's exactly what he did, winning the track championship in his first year at the Speedway by just 9 points. Winning didn't stop there though. In 2010, he did it again, winning another championship, this time with a 17-point cushion. Bernard believes all the credit goes to his pit crew and his crew chief.
Well, I would give a lot of the credit to my cousin. You say it's a family sport. My cousin, my crew chief, Mark Guberts, turning wrenches behind the car and just studying, learning, and doing whatever it takes to get that edge, and as well as good equipment, and put it together with some of my go-karting experience. It just seemed to be a winning combination, and got us 2 back-to-back championships.
We had good equipment, and Darren Palin helped us out, kind of guided us through the early stages, and we were very fortunate to have some success. And then it was all about confidence after that.
Like Roland, Mark Guvarts is passionate about racing. Without any knowledge on how to get the sprint car ready, Guvarts dove right in and spent countless hours getting caught up to the competition. His passion doesn't stop there, going the extra mile so the driver doesn't miss a beat.
We lost the motor, and we didn't have a spare, so it's like we started looking online for a spare motor, and nothing come available. But we found one in Los Angeles, and it was not going to get to the track in time. Like, we could not get it back to Pembina in time. So myself and my dad drove down to Kansas City, picked it up halfway en route, and drove through the night. Got back to Winnipeg, threw it in the car the night before.
We worked all night, came back, and pulled our way through the field and finished a strong second. So it's just moments like that where you learn to pull together and give it your all, and that's kind of what racing's taught me.
It's all the heart of guys like Mark and guys like Roland, who just put it out there every week. I mean, Mark came into it, Roland was a rookie in this class, and Mark came into it as a rookie crew chief. I mean, he came from, he's an electrician, he's not a motorsports guy. And he just studied and learned and read, and every week he just puts his whole heart into it. And that is, and the driver, driver puts his whole heart into it as well.
After 2 great years of racing, Bernard put the sport on the back burner for 2011. An upcoming marriage was on the horizon, but it was a horrific accident at another track that put the car in neutral. His confidence was shaken. Bernard felt it was the right time to take a break.
Last race of the season in Grand Forks, we had a big accident, rolled the car several times and pretty much wrote the thing off. And it was going to be a big project to put the car back together. And my wife, who was my fiance at the time, we were just going to be getting married that winter. And there was just so much going on, we just decided to, take the season off, regroup, and come back strong in 2012.
I was really disappointed when he took a year off. I love it. I think it's great family atmosphere. It's, right from the littlest kid to the, oldest one, race fan there. It's great to see the family atmosphere and, them coming together and just in general.
With a full year to rebuild, the Bernards came back in 2012 with intentions of continuing where they left off. Except one change in the pit crew, a new addition in late July. Racing is now part of this three-generation family, and all parties intend to keep it that way.
I'd like to see him behind the wheel of a car, absolutely. And from what my wife tells me, he's got a strong right foot. And she's got the bruises on her ribs to tell. But yeah, I see the times that I had with my father, at the racetrack, and they've been absolutely life-changing for me. It made a huge difference in my life, and I'd like to have that with my son as well.
I think it's a good thing just to, keep them involved in something that they can, get their hands busy with and teach them a skill of, working on the car, even something as small as turning a couple wrenches with Dad or whatever. Learning a skill is good, and, having something to direct that energy and passion towards.
Since he's 9 years old, we've spent Friday nights together. It keeps us focused on something productive.
Still without a win in 2012, Bernard still has managed to keep pace with the track leader. Just 1 point shy and plenty of close races, Bernard believes he'll be holding a checkered flag soon.
We're taking a season off, but we're slowly getting back in the game, as well as the competition just from that 1 year being off has definitely got a lot more challenging, a lot more competitive. And from week to week, there's several different drivers now that could win it. And it just makes it more challenging, and it makes every position that you pass, every position that you get mean that much more. And I credit that a lot to the other drivers in the class.
750 engines, which produced about 150 horsepower at the crankshaft. Now with the 1000s,